Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, just depending on when you're catching this live video. As always, I'm truly humbled and honored and blessed that you've taken some time to watch. I've heard many positive comments and some feedback, and all of it is just absolutely wonderful, and thank you so much. So I'm going to start today with a quote, as I normally do. Today is from Dwight D. Eisenhower. We succeed only as we identify in life a single overriding objective and make all other considerations bend to that one objective. Speaking of objectives, today I want to talk about how to handle uncomfortable situations. I'm going to touch on 5, and then I'm going to present an example of how I went through a very uncomfortable situation. So, number 1, relax and don't overthink it. Now, this may seem difficult. However, whatever the circumstances, don't overthink it and try to relax. Depending on the situation, it may kick off your anxiety, and it may really change your mood, which will affect your day. But do not let this happen. Slow yourself down. You want to focus on your breathing. Don't let your mind start to run rampant. If you've been given tough feedback, take it in stride. If you're in the middle of an argument, say your point clearly and concisely and let it go. Number 2, smile. Rise above the uncomfortable situations. If you've been given criticism or tough feedback, again, ask yourself, are you going to let what other people say about you change the way you think about yourself? I mean, come on, just smile. You can actually make yourself happier about this. Now, I know that it takes more muscles to smile than it does to frown. It does. But if you think about it, they have no idea what is going on in your head. Smile. It'll be okay. Number 3, be comfortable with yourself. If the thought of, say, going out to a party or some type of planned event is making you feel uncomfortable, or maybe it's just a social outing, don't worry, you're not alone. Many people have this frustration and anxiety, especially with everything going on. So it can mentally tire you. You can feel uncomfortable. But it's all about your confidence. Right now, that confidence is shown through, you've got Zoom and so many other different now virtual platforms. All right, Facebook Lives, YouTube, whatever it may be. Stay positive. Again, I like to think about things that will make me smile. More importantly, things that are going to make other people smile. Create memories. Fill yourself with confidence. Keep pushing forward. It's okay to get outside of your comfort zone. Let me tell you, we all have experienced that right now. All right? It is not easy. And sometimes social media causes all tension on its own. Number 4, take a step back. We all have off days. Have you ever been annoyed? Hours later you feel silly because it annoyed you? You took it out on someone else. I mean, it happens. Try to understand what other people might have been through before the uncomfortable situation. gets out of hand. And remember, you can handle anything. Number 5, maintain your confidence. Confidence will help you overcome almost anything. The right amount of it will have you feeling better and prepared for any uncomfortable situation you have to face. Meeting the boyfriend or the girlfriend's parents. You're going to be anxious, you're going to be uncomfortable. Meeting your new boss. Having a difficult conversation with an employee. Remain confident. You're there for a reason. If you're scared people won't like you, you want to tell yourself things that you know that are good about you. Be confident, be positive, and prepare for what lies ahead. So, I've been through a lot through my life, and there's been a lot of trials and tribulation I've gone through. One of the current situations that I had to deal with this year was having to have a difficult conversation with a peer. And this was a peer who I looked up to. But what happened is through a set of transactions and development and training, this in particular fell extremely short. Promises were made. Promises were broken. Commitments were made. Commitments were broken. Things were said that I don't know if they were untrue, but were never brought to light. And so it had to be addressed. And so in this situation, first I had to take control of my emotions, because what I was feeling was the frustration of promises that were made, commitments that were made, and on top of it, the investment that I had made, both in time and money. So the best way that I found was to write down why I was angry, why I was frustrated, what reasons did I have to feel this way, and then more importantly, what I felt would be needed to be said to address the situation. Keeping in mind, I wanted to address this in a positive way. So when it came time to address the situation, I addressed the individual. I said what I didn't like, what I knew had happened because of it, how I was going to handle the situation now, and then more importantly, what I learned from it and what I was going to do going forward. Now, mind you, this was very hard, because when you get frustrated because there's a time and money investment, whether it be in your personal life or professional life, sometimes it's very hard to control your emotions and not want to lunge out and attack that person for what has happened, especially when you feel like you were the only one done wrongly. But you do have to take into consideration, I promise you this is a must, what is that other person or that business going through that caused this to happen in this way? Now, you may not like it. There are circumstances outside of all of our control. This particular situation was resolved in my mind. Although there was a loss of time, there was a loss of money, there was a loss of pushing myself away from this individual completely, because I thought in the best of my interest and to keep my sanity would be to address it and simply say, thank you, here's what I've learned, here's what will happen going forward, good luck and best wishes, be blessed, right? Will you handle all situations as professionally as I did? I can tell you, I won't handle them always in that manner. We will fly off the cuff. We will say things that we don't mean to say and do things we don't mean to do. So I implore you, I beg of you, before you go and act out abruptly and act out not according to what you should, rather than be reactive, be proactive. You know, I teach through passion, perseverance, and purpose. But not all three of those can either work in that sequence or order. Just like when you want to lash out, it may not work in that order. You immediately may spit out whatever it is that's on your mind. Is it right? Probably not. Will it get you in trouble? Yeah, it could very well. Remember, if you're proactive versus reactive, you can handle things appropriately. So again, the 5 steps: relax and don't overthink. 2, smile. 3, be comfortable with yourself. 4, take a step back. And 5, maintain your confidence. If you don't believe in you, borrow my belief in you. I know that you can do this. All right? Honor yourself by being proactive rather than reactive. Take time to determine how you want to handle an uncomfortable situation. All right? As always, thank you so much for your time. Be well, be blessed, and until the next time.